So Samsung just released the Galaxy A17 4G, and at first glance, it looked like last year's Galaxy A16. Same design, same processor, same display. So why should anyone upgrade? Well, I picked up the base model for under $150, and after a while of using it, there are a few key things you should know before you decide to buy this phone. The phone comes outside the box with just USB-C to C cable, user guide, a SIM removal tool. There is no charger, and you need to buy that separately. The charger must also support power delivery. I paid 211,500 naira for the phone, which is under $150, and it's for the base model with 4 gigs RAM and 128 gigs of storage space. There is a model with 8 gigs RAM and up to 256 gigs storage space, and it will perform better than this one, and it will be a bit more expensive. The storage type is UFS 2.2 and the RAM type is LPDDR4X. This phone shares a lot of similarity with last year's Galaxy A16 5G, and I'm thinking of doing a full comparison video. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know after I upload that video. The design largely remains the same, except that we have something Samsung is calling fiberglass at the back of this phone, but it's a bit more slippery than last year's model. The only difference that you notice when you place them side by side is the fact that the Galaxy A17 now has all the cameras housed in the same bump. The frame is plastic and it feels premium in the hand. The Samsung Galaxy A17 also feels a little bit lighter than the Galaxy A16. We have the light blue colorway here, but there is a grey and black color options. I feel this color hides stains and smudges perfectly. We have a side-mounted fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy A17 and it's quite responsive. The SIM card tray is by the right side and the phone has a hybrid SIM card slot. You can use either 2 SIM cards or a SIM card and a memory card at the same time. There is a single down-firing speaker here and it's kind of too loud. There is also no headphone port on this phone. The Galaxy A17 4G also has an IP54 rating against dust and water, which is the same rating we had on last year's phone. Design and build quality is impressive. The phone feels a bit trimmed in the hand because it's also a little bit lighter than last year's model. The display remains the same from last year's model, except the Galaxy A17 4G has Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection, which is rare at this price point. It's still the same 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate and a 1080p resolution. Samsung kept everything the same here, even the size of the bezels. It's also pretty the same notch on the display that looks old-fashioned. I can't wait for the day that Samsung will move up from this type of display. Aside that, everything else is functional, responsive to touch, very colorful and bright outdoors. The haptics feels a bit mushy and is what you expect on a sub $150 phone. I even turned it off. I think it's one of the best displays for its price category, and the refresh rate also stays at 90Hz or 60Hz all the time. There is no auto refresh rate here. The Samsung Galaxy A17 4G is powered by the MediaTek Helio G99, which is the same chip on last year's Galaxy A16 4G and what is on the A07 that was released earlier. It puts this phone in a very tight spot because you are getting the same performance on 2 different Samsung phones for less the price. I still have the Galaxy A16 and the performance is quite similar. The only difference is that the software here has been optimized a little bit more and it feels smoother. Nonetheless, if you decide to go with this phone, just know that it runs day-to-day activities smoothly without too much issues. Your casual scrolling, calls and texting should just be fine. Where there will be issues is when you try to do a lot of multitasking and heavy gaming on this phone. Not that it will not play games, but not at the best frame rate, and after you play for a long time, it will definitely lag and even crash out on you. You need to know that it is not actually built for gaming. If you stick to the basics, you'll be very okay with the performance, and above all, it's an entry-level device. If you want more in terms of performance, you have to spend more. For software, we have Android 15 based on One UI 7, and Samsung is also promising 6 years of software updates on the Galaxy A17. One thing though is that 6 years updates on this phone might be a far cry. 4 gigs RAM and the performance isn't going to hold up, I feel, for the next 6 years. Software on the phone right out of the box feels good, animation and everything feels fast. It's typical Samsung software minus features like a native screen recorder. You also don't get any AI features on the phone, even though there are a lot of cheap phones out there with AI. There is circle to search and it's useful, and I'm glad Samsung added it on the A17. As we all know, Samsung has one of the best software and it might be a strong reason to buy this phone ahead of its competition. Icons look polished and everything with the software is fine. You also get split screen and pop-up windows, which I'm sure a lot of us love. Software is clearly one of the strengths of the Galaxy A17 4G. We have a 50 megapixel primary camera accompanied by a 5 megapixel ultra wide lens and a 2 megapixel macro lens. The selfie camera is also 30 megapixel and is still the same camera specs we had on Galaxy A16, but the A17 has OIS that makes the main camera stable while shooting. I quickly snapped a couple of pictures to compare and I preferred the quality that I was getting with the A16 4G. The pictures are not far apart, but when you look closely, the Galaxy A16 looks a bit more natural. Nonetheless, colors appear quite okay and HDR gets blown out depending on when and how you are snapping with the phone. Also, there is noticeable processing when you snap pictures. You have to stand still for a while. Portrait mode was great. I love the background blur and separation between the subject and the background. The ultra wide lens is quite poor, to be honest. The image doesn't look good and you also get 10x zoom that you can't depend on. The selfie is impressive if you snap in well-lit environments, and for video you can only shoot 1080p at 30 fps. Let me know what you think about the video quality and camera quality overall in the comment section. We have a 5000 mAh battery and you can get a full day battery life if you're a minimal user. If you're a power user, you might have to charge the phone in between the day. The phone also supports 25-watt charging speed, but you need a charger with power delivery to get that fast charging. It takes around an hour and 30 minutes to charge the phone from 0 to 100, and the battery is decent, but I wish it was better. I'm someone that even plays battery life above anything else nowadays when I'm buying a phone. So that's the Galaxy A17 4G. It's basically a refreshed version of the Galaxy A16 with a couple of tweaks like Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection and smoother software optimization. Performance is fine for day-to-day tasks, but if you want more power, you'll need to spend more. I'm planning to do a full head-to-head comparison with the Galaxy A16 4G, so let me know if you want to see that video in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll be among the first people to know whenever I upload a new review on this channel.